lying. Poisoned. Better. Half. Last. Pulse. Weak. Slow. Floor. He took my arm and led me to the next room. The king was lying on the floor. His face was red and he was breathing heavily. We have been trying to wake him up for half an hour. But we can't, explained Fritz. I bent down and felt his pulse, which was very weak and slow. It must have been those cakes that he ate last night. Do you think he was poisoned? I asked. We don't know, said Sapt. We must get a doctor. There is no doctor for 15 kilometers and even 1,000. Doctors won't make him better today, said Fritz. But what about the coronation? I cried. We must tell the people of Britannia that he is ill, said Fritz. People. Leading. Everyone. Whole. Happened. Leave. If he is not crowned today, I don't think he will ever be king, said sabbed. But why? I asked. The whole country is waiting for him today. Most of the army is waiting too, with Duke Michael leading it. They won't be happy, said Sabbed. We must tell everyone what is happened and make the most of it, said Fritz. Getting up to leave. Sabbed stopped him. Do you think that he was poisoned? He asked me. Yes, I do, I answered. Then, who did it? It must have been Duke Michael, Fritz said angrily. Yes, he did this so that his brother can not be crowned, continued Sabbed. You don't know what the Duke is like, do you, Rassendy? If Rudolph doesn't become king, Duke Michael will take the crown. Silence. Poisoned. Angrily. Suddenly. Crown. Idea. We all sat in silence while we thought about what we could do. Then Sabbed suddenly stood up. I have an idea. It was lucky that we met you yesterday, he said excitedly, looking at me. Because you can go to Strelsaw to be crowned. Me, that is impossible, I laughed. People would realize that I am not the king. And don't forget that I am English. It would be easy to forget that, said Fritz, because your German's perfect. And if we dress you in different clothes, no one will know. If you don't go to Strelsaw, Duke Michael will be king tonight. And the king will either be dead or in prison, said Sabbed. I understand what you are saying. But the king would never forgive me if I.
Our country needs this, cried Sapt.
Clock. Ticked. Times. Choice. Realized. Expression. Clearly. Smiled. Building. Search. Hide. Forgive. Because. Impossible. Realize. Either. Dead. Never. Standing up, I walked round the room in silence. The clock ticked 60 times, then 70, 80. I looked at the poor king lying on the floor and realized I had no choice. Sapt clearly read my expression because he smiled even before. I said quietly, "Very well, I will go." We won't wait for Michael's guards, but leave for Strelsaw at once, said Sapt. We can hide the king in the cellar, so. When the guards arrive, they will think no one is here, said Sapt. What if they search the building? Asked Fritz.